And now we will go into the question and answer sessions. If anyone has questions or answers or comments, now is the time for us to take that. Norma, well, yes, I know you are the second most active, but I have another way you can get that. You can get that book. I should paste the link to get the book here. Okay, I will do that shortly. So any questions, any comments? Would you like any questions or comments? You have any of them? So that's the link to get the books. Questions, comments? No questions today. Oh my goodness. Did I do this exhaustively?
I think my hand has been up.
Oh, so sorry about that. So sorry. I'm in sharing screen mode, so I didn't see that. Okay, please go ahead, Calista.
Thank you, Fee, for this wonderful opportunity. And thank you for making this platform available to us, all parents. A lot of things have been hidden. We didn't know, even being intentional, letting go, like you said today. Mine is a kind of, I have a kind of adult under my care. This issue of telling you that she want to go for sleepover. Initially, when she said it, I was furious. Like you said today, letting go. But I reached out to a friend that I know that is very good in this parenting stuff. So I discussed with her on Wednesday, telling her what this young adult told me. And she said, okay, why not ask her that it shouldn't, because she's 27, actually. So she said I shouldn't let it, her look at it that, is it because I'm not her, maybe biological parent? She's my niece anyway.
Yeah.
So later on Friday, when she came to my room, she makes me up every morning. So I now asked her, using what the fellow, told me about. And I told her, okay, if you feel, I know you have to be responsible for whatever you do. Initially, I was telling her, are you sure you're not? Because we've been there. We've gone through that road. Sometimes I will want to hang out with a boyfriend then, and I will have to lie to my brother that actually I'm using projects when I was in school. And they will allow you. And you know that actually that's not what they are doing. But now, it's not in those days. So when I asked her, you sure that whatever you do now, you are responsible for your own mistake? I know sometimes they say we should allow them make mistake and they will correct with that mistake. So when I told her, I poked her initially and she defended herself. I said, I'm sure, just tell me, be open. Are you having a ladies' night or sort of? She said, no, actually. She just, I said, okay, is her friend having something to do that you want to help her out, or you just going for guest gossip and all that? She said, nothing like that. I now said, okay, you give me the address of the girl, you give me her picture, her name, and everything. That I'm not doing this because I'm trying to get into your private life, or I'm just doing it for your own good, to protect you. Actually, I thought maybe she has left it. So when I got back on Friday, I was like, you can go again. I thought maybe she'll go to work and she won't come back. She said, no. So yesterday, she just said, Auntie, I'm ready to go. And I allowed her. When my mom, because my mom is 80, she's living in my house. So she was like, where is she going? I said, Mommy, don't worry, I'm taking care of that. So I didn't really want her to start poking and start screaming because it's a grandchild.
Yeah.
So I'm just bringing it. I hope, I'm still expecting her to come because she's coming in this evening. Though my husband is not in Lagos, but I didn't tell him. And I'm just praying that she gets back safe. And, going forward, you say we should let go. Ordinarily, I wouldn't have I would tell her no. So I'm just bringing it to a kind of parenting strategy and all.
Yeah, I understand you. Sometimes it's difficult, especially as we get older. More especially since she's not your biological child. A lot of things go into that because a lot of your intentions might be misread. The only thing I would say is, I think that no matter how difficult the decision is, we should always try to include our spouses, because you are a united front. This has already become something you have kept from him, and there should be no secrets between spouses. You don't know what that can be in the future. As for the girl, I wouldn't say that sleepovers are good or bad. It depends really on the value system of the family. Personally, I don't do sleepovers, but my kids are younger. My oldest is 15. We don't do sleepovers because the world is strange now. In as much as we know a lot of our children's friends and their parents, we don't know what they do behind closed doors. And now, like I said, even as closely as identity, someone's identity, that's threatened in the world today. So we play it very safe. But this is a 27-year-old, if I recall. In other climes, this person will probably be living on their own already. So you wouldn't even have access to what they would do or not
That's
do.
correct.
I'll tell you a story. That happened to me when I was growing up with my parents. When I was in secondary school, no matter where I was going, I'd ask my mom. If my mom says, go and ask daddy, that means she's not comfortable with what I want to say, but whatever my dad says, then she will just say it. And that was her way. Me being a parent now, I respected her for that. I didn't like it because I used to be like, what's going to ask daddy? When we all know that you're the one that took all those decisions in the end, Sha. But I realized now as a parent that when she said, go and ask daddy, it meant that she's not comfortable with it, but she's willing to step out of her own comfort zone if my father is comfortable with it. So here's me. After I entered university first semester, I came in for holiday. And in typical fashion, I wanted to go to my friend's house. And I told my mom, and my mom said, what time will you be back? I said, I was going to be back in the evening, I think like 8 or something. And she was like, go and ask your father. And then I go to him and I'm like, Dad, I want to do this, that. Mom said I should ask you. And he just stopped and looked at me. I said, why are you asking me? I was not confused. I said, this is setting me up. What's going on here? And my dad said a simple thing. Where have you been all this while? Campus. When you were going out, did you ask me? No. Did I know where you went to? No. So why are you suddenly looking as if you must take permission to go out? You have discussed with your mother, you have established what time you're coming back. And go now. It took me a while to even move from that because it now dawned on me the level of independence I had. And I respected my father on another level because he was very clear on the fact that my child, so he wasn't saying that in his house, I should be going out anyhow. But he was reminding me of the fact that you are a young adult now. There are certain things that are your entitlements. As long as you're acting responsibly, it's fine. And I never took that for granted. And I'm even being a firstborn, as my siblings were growing up, I always used to tell them, see, keep all your excesses outside of the home. Our parents don't deserve the excesses. So even if you're in school and you're going out, you're having all this, your fun times, maybe you go for all-night parties, and because we're adults, we're young adults, things will happen. When we came home, we would go out, but we'll come back at the time our parents expected us back. So for someone who's a 27-year-old, the fact is, is she on campus? Was she on campus at any time?
And she's a graduate. She's just looking out for work.
Exactly. So this is her being extremely humble to seek your permission. She's even, respecting the values of your home. Because she's been in an environment where she was not accountable to anyone. But now she's in your home and she's seeking your opinion. And I really thank you for going out of your comfort zone. Because for her to bring it up, you have asked her if she's going to stay in man's house. As Christians, we don't accept that because she's not married. It's between her and her God and her conscience if she's lying to you as well. You have taken all the necessary details because in the world we live today, you don't know where she is. So it's difficult, but you have embodied what we meant by letting go. It's actually quite difficult. When your adult child who has gone to university, maybe was on campus, came back, now even earns a salary. And just because of Nigerian economics or societal perceptions is not living on their own. Ask your permission for certain things. Parents, let's remember that if not for certain circumstances, that child will be on their own terms, in their own homes, and you have no control. Let's not force them out by holding on too tightly. I'm not saying again that you should let them do as they please. No. But when they come to you to seek your permission to do that which you imagine that they would already be doing when they were on their own, respect that. Respect that. And then take that into consideration when you want to do whatever you want to do. Everybody's home is different. Everybody's value system is different. Everybody's circumstance and context is different, which is why I will not say categorically, no, don't let them go, do this. I don't have the manual for each home. But all I am appealing is that as parents, as your children get older, especially when your children keep within your values and your boundaries, when they are pushing those boundaries, seek more to know why they are pushing the boundaries, what is behind it, and then ask yourself a question. What's the worst that can happen? What would have happened if I was not here? Because remember, the goal is to raise what? Independent and capable adults, which means that we expect that one day they will be on their own. Which means that just like with bicycles, they will ride with training wheels, then one day we'll take the wheels off and maybe we'll help them with the handlebars. Then after that, they are on their own. And you will have bought helmets for them and knee pads. If they wear it, if they don't wear it, you can't control that. The only thing you can do then as a parent at that stage is that when they come back with bruises, you help them clean the bruises, you remind them why they should wear their helmet, you go to God and pray to God to remind them to wear their helmet, and you rest. There's a limit to what you, the parent, can be actually responsible for. Thank you so much, Calista, for bringing up this very good example. Thank you. Yeah. Anyone else? Top questions? This is 5 minutes to 6. Questions, comments. While I wait for that, I would bring up another slide. So my freebie for the day. I've been begging all of you to do screen grab since you were not doing my screen grab. So now I'm going to do a freebie. The first two people that would do a screenshot of today's session, any part of today's session, or a selfie of you in today's session, and tell me how much you enjoyed this session, or even how much you enjoyed the summit on any social media platform, and you just tag me. If you're on Instagram, tag me if you're Okafor. If it's on Facebook, send me if you're Okafor as well, but Okafor, full Okafor, Okafor. Or if it's on your WhatsApp status, screen grab it and send it to me. The first 2 that get to me, okay, let me be nice. The first 3 that get to me get a free copy of my book as well, a free copy of my book. That's my freebie for today, while I wait for any more questions or comments or feedback. Okay, Loki. I believe we've come to the very end of our summit. Thank you, people. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Abike, Abiodun, Adedigba, Amaka, Anita, Antonia, Blessing, Kalita, Chidinma, Chubi, FA, Fumilayo, Gloria, Felicia, Gladys, Ifi, my namesake, Ijoma. Thank you all for staying till the end. iPhone, Jane, Fede, Nkechi, Norma, Wike, Obuneme. I'm trying to call everyone that has stayed till the very end. Ogo, Samuel, Temitope, Uju Abasi, Yewande and Neka. Thank you so much for being with me till the very, very end. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much for everything. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Yeah, so see you guys who are in the WhatsApp community. And for those who are not joining us in the WhatsApp community, see you in the emails or see you next time. This year next.
All right. Have a great week ahead.
You too, you too. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, I'll be here for 1 or 2 more minutes. If anyone has anything personal they want to share or discuss, I'm here.
Hello, ma.
Yeah.
Please, will it be possible for the recording to be extended as in to last more within this week?
So the recordings are going to be available for the entire June. So all the recordings from the first one till this one. We will reshare the links this evening of all the recordings. So just use the links in this last sharing and they'll all be available till end of June.
Oh, thank you very much. God bless you.
How
do we send in the screenshot of the today's presentation?
You can post it. I would rather that you go post it on your social media handle and then just tag me. Yes. Let's promote the Godly Parenting Summit. Let's have more people, come into our community.
Can I send it to the WhatsApp community now?
Yes, that's fine too. That's fine. The recordings are going to be available till end of June. We will send out the links of all the recordings this evening, and they'll be available till end of June.
Thank you, ma'am.
Please, what's the Instagram handle again? Good evening.
At EP4.
Thank you.
So those of you that are here, can you see that when you call God, everybody, all evil weapons fashioned against us disappear?
Honestly, to my amazement,
we have had full internet for
your stable network stopped after the prayer. Yeah. That's nothing like prayer. Honestly, it worked like magic.
Yeah. No. I mean, I just took a minute to breathe and I said, what am I doing here? Godly Parenting Summit and we are not praying. And he just did what he needed to do.
Jesus calmed the sea. He calmed the sea. He can calm any situation. Because he did one for me last week, Tuesday.
I can imagine.
Actually, he does. He's God. He's God.
Sometimes,
he's dependable.
Yeah.
Dependable.
He is. He's dependable.
Because I had a very difficult situation staring on my face like this, and he calmed the sea when I did some affirmation. And I go home.
You see?
It's powerful.
Sometimes we are so into the situation that we forget to just take a minute.
It was staring on my face. I say, God, I know you're God. You calm the sea. Even the seas are they obey you. So why not this? What you cannot do does not exist. And he did it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Very few people know, but I've been battling it.
And I pulled through with his on paving way for me. Honestly.
Thank God. Thank God. I've been battling it for the past 4 months, but I told myself I'm going to show up every Sunday, come what may. Whatever the devil wants to do, not happen.
I'm here. I have a question. You posted something on the digital parenting masterclass.
Yes.
You talked about there's the money, then it said additional 5% off for the
500. So So if you don't want to just go online, because you see, in our digital parenting community, you understand that some parents are actually digitally challenged. Like some parents don't even know how to click that link or fill the form or pay online. So if you are
It's not
such a
even that
parent
I'm
that
talking.
has,
The one I'm talking, the 5% you talked about, Godly Parenting Summit,
oh
because you're
yes,
a
yes.
member,
So
that
oh
5%.
yes.
So, you know,
Yes. So what I
when you do
said
the
was,
calculation, what will it come down to?
so for you are with the Godly Parenting Summit, right? So we are
Mm-hmm.
taking 25% off. So that
Okay.
25% off, just 1 minute. I want to get that because we actually have different coupons for different groups.
Yeah,
So just one
after
minute,
the
I'll confirm.
25%, you went out to say 5 extra additional percent. I was confused.
Yes. No, I
So when
know.
I put it, it will be 30%.
No. So what I said was for the digital for the godly parenting, right? We are doing early bird of 20%. Godly parents get
Mm-hmm.
extra 25% off. So instead of
Okay.
paying 15,000, we are paying 11,250. Once you use your
Okay.
coupon, you will see the amount
Okay,
immediately.
the code that you put in there. Okay.
Yes. Once you put that
Okay.
code in, it shows up immediately.
Okay. I'll try and do that.
Yeah. Once we want to show our
Because all
appreciation to our
this
godly parenting.
devices control, I need to actually have it. Having issues with my son.
Yes.
And my daughter
Oh.
is so obsessed with her tablets. I want to put a limit.
A lot of them many of them
Mm-hmm.
started using this thing, very early before we knew better. So now it's like winning them off it. It's not easy, but we can. Many of if you scout social media, you'll find that many of those who are the creators of these tools, of these social media things, right? Of these
Mm-hmm.
internet tools, many of them know how addictive it is that they don't allow their children use them at
You
all.
see, they call us
So
users.
a lot of the Silicon Valley executives, their children don't use anything. Yeah, they don't even use any device or anything at all. The way we are as human beings, something comes up, it's so exciting and brand new. We all jump on that trend, and then later, years later, people now start to do um, research, and the research comes out years later. That's when you now realize the dangers.
And like Ayo
So
said, Chinelo said, we need to raise the influencers, not influencing, because so that they
yes,
won't get influenced by their peers when the
yes,
parents they are not
exactly,
able to get this information we are getting. So they just do more of
exactly,
a sponsor parents, you know. They are
yes,
going to provide
exactly,
everything. But you are being, they will not look at you as being so conservative. But you are not. You're trying to
yeah,
balance the stuff.
exactly,
And your
exactly.
children, again, some of them, they don't understand. They look at it, their mommy is being so, this money is there, but she doesn't
But
want to,
but
flounce it.
let me even ask you, when you were a child, there were certain decisions that your parents took that you were like, what's wrong with this? My parents, what I can do. There will never be a time when the children are 100% okay with everything the parent does. If your children are 100% okay with everything you do, check yourself. Maybe you are being too permissive. It's natural. So I'm not afraid when my children feel like I'm too conservative. I own my conservativeness. If I feel that you are ready for something, I'll do it. If I don't feel you are, I won't do it. It's simple. It's simple. In my home, we have a technology plan. We have ages for which children can access certain areas of technology,
You
certain
see,
apps, certain devices. And so if you're not at that age, and it's not just by age. So what we say is you have to attain that age and you have to show us that we can trust you with those tools. So
even
it's
I
not
want to
just
say
that
at
you
this
will
point
accept
that
that.
allowing these children even to mix up with some people is even part of the problem we are having. Because I just said that because of
Yes.
my children. After this COVID, a lot of houses they had this devices to do this online stuff. But they are forgetting that as soon as it ended, you should remove all those gadgets and keep them aside, But they left it with the kids. My children went to my sister-in-law's place, and when they got back, they came back with them to spend the rest of the holiday in my house. But when they were dropping them, I saw everybody with phones, and I said, what's the meaning of this? And even my daughter has already told the grandmother, her paternal grandmother, because that one is under pension. Grandmother, I want phone. And that one was even planning to get her a phone. I say, Mama, you are very lucky, because I would have smashed it. So my mom was saying, no, don't smash, you keep it. You hold it. Is it that I cannot buy my daughter a phone? But it's not yet time. Because when she got to the house, everybody, even the one that is 8 years, everybody had phone. And my small boy, then he was still 6. He was like, Mommy, you have to get me a phone. Oh, Joel has phone. This one. I said, And I asked my sister-in-law, Joy, what is it that you have done? I've even told my husband, they won't go to that place again. They are influencing my children. I don't like it. Because they believe that everybody has their way of style of training their children. But with this information we are getting, we should be able to let those children know, and with the kind of school they attend. But it's like when they go there, if we try to get them to be influencers, they should be able to influence those children, not the children influencing them. But the children, being what they are, they get because they felt they are cousins. So, and they felt that their mother or their parents are, well to do more than the other people. If those people could have it, why can't they even have more? So I told them it's not like life is not a competition. It's not.
No,
Depends on your value, like you said, your family value. My sister-in-law, the value she places on things is quite different from the value me and my husband, try to inculcate in our children. So even my husband has said they no longer go there. My son got back. He's just 7. He got back and was speaking some kind of, all those pigeons. I said, what's the meaning of this? Trying to mix it, adulterating what he already. I said, the father just looked at. I wasn't the one that said. He said, this boy will not go back to that place. I'm telling you.
Yeah, so those are the things, it's in the little things. Some people might say, what's this? It's not a big deal. And
it is a big deal to me.
It is. Oh. Yeah, it is. Well done for all you do. Your children may not understand.
They won't. I just pray my daughter does. She's going into an adult now. She's just 13, going to 14.
Just keep
with the
having
grace of God.
Just keep having conversations, explaining to them why you do. So if, for example,
she's the bold type. She's the bold type.
Yeah.
She shocked me the other day. And I'm beginning to be intentional whenever I'm dealing with her. She shocked me, honestly. But before this summit, she told me something. She attends Marywood Girls College. But there's just something with self-esteem she was telling me about. That there's some things I don't tell her. That she's this, she's that. Sorry, madam.
Wow.
So I'll just try and ask for God's guidance.
Children of this era are not shy about
they are not at all.
For their rights,
my chisom is not shy at all.
And it's strange to us from our time. So that's why sometimes some of us react bad. But the thing is, you need to understand that they are in an era where there's a lot of instant gratification, a lot of exposure, when it dawned on me that I needed to get out of my comfort zone was when my last one, when he was in primary 1. So the others had been learning this lesson, but they didn't come home with questions the way he did. He said, today in social studies, I learned about my rights. Mommy, you have a right to give me food. Are you sure that he had? And I was just sitting and looking at this child, and I was like, if in school they are teaching him his rights in primary 1.
You see?
I will expect to be questioned from time to time because he already knows his rights.
The questions are too many. Even my son that is 7, the way he asks questions, even if joins in discussion, I'm even amazed. some things he knows that me, the mother, not even aware.
Yeah, because they have time and they have access to internet, and even though they don't have access to internet, their friends too, and their friends will tell you. You know, it's this thing. When we say this thing about global village, people don't get it. The world has shrunk, like
Honestly,
it has shrunk so much. It has shrunk so much.
Thank you so much. You're doing well.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It was lovely having time with you.
Some of them are my culprits, but I will, by God's grace, I will shape up. I'll be more intentional. Even my husband,
on a journey.
You know, talking about it, discuss, engage your daughter in discussion, make her your friend, you know, so that she will be free. She will not hide anything from you, you know.
Yeah. It's not easy, especially if so I'm someone who I come from a home where we express ourselves, but the more something is important to you, the more emotional, less likely you would express it. Both my parents were like that. So when we'll talk about everything, but when it comes to emotional stuff, we were generally very conservative. So it took me a while to get out of my conservative nature to begin to express myself to even my husband, talk less of my children. And now I see that same fate in my daughter. You know, my first daughter especially. My second daughter, as she go and nine, she tell me everything that's happening is just reporting. And I appreciate it because when I now see how my first daughter is, I just shake because I'm like, so this is what I did to my parents. Like my parents had no clue what was going on in my mind. So I walk with her, we talk, I try to extract things. And the other thing is I'm friends with all her friends. Like I'm very good friends with them. So somehow the information gets to me. And so I have something that can ask her. And the thing about her is it's not like she's hiding anything. It just doesn't occur to her to share certain things. So if you ask the right questions, she will answer you. But if you don't ask the right questions, she won't see the need to share it with you. So, but she's getting there. Gradually, she's beginning to, open up. I see how she opens up these days, and I'm happy. So I'm saying this because there's no perfect scenario. Even all of us who, were speakers in this summit, we all have our own challenges that we're trying to come up. As parents, every new day is a new one. Every new day is a new one, And that's why we need to tap into God's grace. That's why we made this session the last one. Because after everything that is said and done, everything I said today has been touched somehow. But this time we're talking about how to do it from God's perspective.
Exactly.
After
like one question they brought up, they said, what is it most that influenced you when growing up? Some of us were talking about instructions, but you actually said behavior. Because you are talking about, parent them in a godly way. And again, what are the attributes of God? Being a shepherd, being trustworthy, being dependable. You see, are you yourself that is trying to, give out this? And again, something struck me when you put a note on your, you say, you don't actually give what you don't have. So by now, some of the places we have flaws, like you said, if you do like that parenting scorecard, if we do with this one, most of us will fail. If you're actually saying the truth, if you're not hiding it under something, just say it the way it is. You see that we cannot even score up to some like 45%. But now that we know, we are doing those things because we don't know. Now that we know, we become intentional with God helping us. We'll be able to, like you said, let's go. It's not everything you hold on. You did this. Actually, there's something you feel like, tearing the roof, but when you remember today's session, you just say, let go. You just look at it and as in they poured ice water on you. You just look and just say, God help me. And I think I need that book because if you are saying those prayers, actually they are powerful prayer, they're inspirational. It's going to help us. And anytime we want to discuss with them, and God sees our heart, and whatever we ask, He gives. It's not always like your prayer in the WhatsApp community. He said, you no longer ask for money. You ask for this. I think I will toe that line and ask.
Yeah, no, I don't know how, but somehow, right from when I was young, I've never really placed a premium on money itself. I think I got that from my mom. My mom will tell you that money is a tool to be used. So
Okay.
when I pray God, I always ask God to meet my specific needs. Sometimes I pray for the specific needs or I pray for needs in general, but I
Mm.
focus on my needs. And I'll give you an example, a very practical example of even this happened last week. Of course, with this floor high on the drive, domestics have been already agitating for increment and all that. So one of the drivers met us that he can't continue, that at this rate he has to just stop. My husband said, let's see what we can do. We have someone that has some, single rooms on our streets. And we said, okay, let's approach him. Let's see what he can do to give you a room. And because the man said he won't mind staying with us 3 days and he'll go to his family weekends. But if it's this transport, he can't just pay. So my husband called the neighbor and she's, they've been friends. He has really built him out a lot. My husband said, please, that's my driver. We need a room. I know you have empty rooms because the man is, so the building is half complete. So some places are complete, some places are not. So it was from the complete side he was asking. And I said, I know that some people stay in that your complete side. That can you accommodate my driver? That how much would it cost? So that he can be staying there for the weekdays and then on weekend. That's what the man said. The man said, you're asking me how much. Please take whatever you want. Don't pay. Is it not to help your driver? Because I know if I help your driver, I help you. Let him come and stay. So
Can
you
you
see, God did
imagine?
not give us additional money to give that driver. But he met that need so that we can keep paying that driver. So all we have done is we have just increased their salary just a little, you know.
Mm.
But if not, we would have either lost the driver or had to almost double the salary.
Exactly.
You see, and when that happened, I just said, you see this guy, this is what I'm trying to explain to people. He may not give you double the money because they have double things, but you will just find that you are still meeting your needs. There are months I look at all the things I've done and I'm like, no, this one is not a money matter. God expanded this money. He did fish and loaves for me because when you calculate it, it will make sense to you, but it will not make sense at the same time.
Sophie,
So
wonderful evening. I need to
yes,
run.
yes.
I want to drop a
And me
colleague.
too. I need to run. I've just been answering mails
Yeah,
and the
I need to drop
messages
a
while I
colleague
was
at the
talking with
airport.
you.
Someone asked a question. Did you see it in the chat box? That how do you co-parent with somebody who is not on the same page with you?
Oh no. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Abiodun, yes, I saw you wanted to sign in and I was wondering, okay. The truth is it's all about prayers. And Abiodun, can you hear me? Just say yes if you can. You can say it in the chat box, even if you don't respond. I just want to be sure you are still here. Thank you, Calista, for bringing it up. Okay, great. So I'll tell you this. Most people don't parent with people who are on exactly the same page. That's why we're individuals. Yes, sometimes some people's difference can be so far, especially if maybe somebody of faith and the person is not someone of faith, which is why God always, the Bible cautions that we should not yoke ourselves with someone who's unequal yoke. That being said, I'll tell you something. There's nothing God cannot do. If not for your sake, for the sake of your children, bring it to God in prayer. And then also from your own perspective, don't focus on the fact that you're not on the same page. Focus on the things that you are on the same page about and amplify those. So if there are things that you're on the same page about, discuss them more. So let him realize that you are aligned. So that when you bring up some one or two things that you're not in alignment about, you will realize that it's not personal. You're not always criticizing. So it's not easy. It's very frustrating. But let it not deter you from doing what you need to do. I don't know if that has helped in any way. I don't know if you need more insight, but just let me know.
And maybe if she's in the WhatsApp group, it can still be discussed.
Yeah, no, she's
during the week.
Exactly. No, she's chatting there. Thank you.
Okay.
You're welcome. Are you in the WhatsApp community? Abiodun, are you in the WhatsApp community? Okay, yeah, there, good. So
Oh,
if there are
great.
any other specific scenarios, just let me know. But the thing is, just keep praying to God intentionally about being on the same page. And I'll say something. Let me say this because this is also something that used to happen to me. Sometimes we are so focused on our partners, not what our partners are not doing. We don't realize that we too have things that we need to work on. So focus on being the parents that you need to be, that godly parents you need to be. Just focus on that. Remember, we said that we want to inspire our children to walk in our footsteps. In your case, let me also say that try to inspire your spouse to want to walk in your own footsteps as well. Don't try to change that person. Leave that for God. God created him or her, right? I'm assuming you're a lady. So God created him the way he is. And I always say that God created us complete. It's just that sometimes we don't realize it, we don't see it. So leave him for God to change in whatever manner God deems fit. Focus on your own side of the coin. Focus on being a better person, a better parent. Focus on trying to get your children to want to walk in your godly footsteps. There's a way when you parent and there's peace and harmony and your children are truly happy. There's a way it inspires spouses to also raise their own game, even without you saying anything. I'm not saying that it will make it a perfect marriage. There's no perfect marriage. But you will look back after a while and realize that, this person has changed. It might be in small, small ways you might not notice. But the thing is, if you keep focusing on the negatives, you will not notice the changes. So don't focus on them. Treat him the way me I treat the devil. I don't give the devil time of day. I don't even recall he's there. I just focus on being one with God, doing God's will, basking in his love. The devil can stay on one side. It's when it starts to try me that means I will remember that, okay, you are there, Abby. You are let my father fight for you. That's how I am. So don't focus on those negative things. Look for all the things you saw and loved in your spouse and focus on those things. Pray about those things. Pray to God to do his best in your marriage and in your parenting partnership and watch God work. Okay, I hope that helps. I need to sign up. I will just wait for a message from me to be sure that you had that last bit and then I will sign up.
Thank you so much, Ma. I agree.
All right. You're
God
welcome.
bless you, Ma.
You're very welcome. I need to.